What's going on, guys? Today I'm here with my friend Bryce. We're talking everything about viral content, the power of podcasting, short form content, and how to take your business to the next level, and also some practical mindset and marketing tips that are pretty easy to follow and you can start implementing today. So make sure you watch the whole thing, stay to the end because I got some great content for you. Do you think there's a difference in how people should produce content for different platforms?
Like, I feel like on TikTok, you can literally film 3 seconds of B-roll. Let's say it's like studio content I want to put out on my studio TikTok. I could film 3 seconds of this, but the text block that I put on that screen and the music choice is going to like make it potentially go viral or not. Mm-hmm. Right. So, you know, like you could have 100 of these in your back pocket. Like, you know, when the hypnosis guy schools the content guy, that's just the text on screen. What are your thoughts?
I think the simplest and most effective hack that someone can use to differentiate their content between TikTok and Instagram is this. First, look at TikTok as a platform for you to create videos where no one has ever seen you before. Instagram, you create content for people who already know you. And that alone will amplify your reach and your engagement on both platforms. So creating content for two different types of people. Now there's nuances to that, right?
And people are already aware of that.
Yeah.
But they're unconsciously aware of that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you'll put out the thing that might be a little more cringe on TikTok because you don't feel like anyone really knows you.
Yeah, Aunt Sally's not watching your TikTok.
Yeah. Or like you could like literally my girlfriend was more into putting videos and pictures of us out on TikTok because it's like no one's there.
Yeah.
But now people are bringing it up to her, you know, and she's like, but it's like, yeah. Okay. So speaking directly to people who don't know you, right? Taking more risk. Yeah. I think that means taking more risk and taking bigger chances.
Yeah. Another hack that I learned from a mentor of mine who had millions of followers said every video should be created as if you're talking to someone who's never seen you. Not just specific to a platform. He's like, every video, imagine it's going to someone who does not know who you are and creating content in a way that entices them to learn more about you and to follow you. And so that little mental cue is really something that drives a different form of content than if you just pick up somewhere where you expect the viewer to already know about you and what you do. You know, so it's almost like you're informing, and there's an art to this. There's an art to like short form content creation because you only have a limited amount of time to catch their attention, keep their attention, educate them, convert them, right? And so being able to do all of those things in one 60 to 90 second video most of the time it can be difficult.
How much does writing come into play for you on content? Someone who's got more than 1 million followers on social media, TikTok superstar.
So more now than it did before. Writing now is paramount to replicating viral videos and intentionally making sure that my videos get as much reach as possible. Where before, I would just have an idea in my car, or I'd have an idea just chilling at home and I'd pick up my phone. And it wasn't really intentional. Now, I know what works. I know what videos have gone viral because I've posted thousands of videos over the past 2-3 years now. And I can take that data, I can take what I've spoken about, and now I can write new content, script it, so I know it's going to hit, and then use that to record my videos.
Got it. So writing and then what, pulling from that, or like literally reading it verbatim?
No, sometimes I'll actually script out a video. It's rare that I'll script out a video, but many times I write down a framework.
And then just the framework, the outline.
And most of the time, the most important thing is the hook. I mean,
right.
I did a training the other day for a few hundred coaches, and the one thing I really wanted to drive home is that, one, no one cares about who you are until they know what you can give to them, right? And so when you post a video, you got 3 seconds to capture someone's attention and tell them what they can expect to get from that video. And so I would like to think I've kind of mastered the art of the hook, and that's what gets the attention in order to keep the attention. You can't keep someone's attention if you don't get their attention in the first place. So I treat those 3 seconds like they're freaking, I don't know, like a Super Bowl ad. Like I have to perform. So like if I go, too many people are like, hey, I'm John from ABC Solar Company, and today I want to talk about like things you should look for on your roof. No, it's like, these are the 3 things you need to do before the winter hits to make sure your roof is protected, right? Like, which one are you going to watch,
Yeah. Can you do 2 more of those, please? That's fucking phenomenal. All right, do one for a realtor.
Do one for a realtor. If you want to get the most money for your house, then these are the 3 things you have to do before we list it.
Okay, and now do one for a rap artist, and they're promoting their show, but I want to hear like the bad version and the best version. So they want to get you to their concert.
Hey man, so I'm like, my name's Little B, and we got this event. This show coming to Detroit in a couple weeks, and you should come.
Okay, that's the bad one. And the good one?
You're putting me on the spot now.
Come on, let's go. Don't use the top 3 either.
I know. That's what I was trying not to do.
I got it. If you want to see someone jump from a whole ceiling and fall on the ground, we're going to have the bitches with the fattest asses at my show come out and see it. We got drinks and bitches.
There we go.
Drinks and bitches.
I've never mentored or coached for the music.
The hip hop.
Yeah, the hip hop community.
Well, here's the thing about it, right? Like, you and I are both fans of rap, but like, music has this interesting local music. There's no money in it. Yeah. None. Everyone's broke. Anyone who's an amateur artist is broke, but everyone wants to be one. And then once artists and rappers have a level of success, they want to be like business people, and business people want to be like rappers. So business people get money, they get a G-Wagon, they get a Rolex, right? But artists starts getting popping, they want to like refine their business structure and like get the right contract, right? But like the interesting part is, the music industry is always sort of first to certain processes. So, except for this one thing, actually, it's interesting. So podcasting in the world of music is huge. I don't know if they were necessarily first, but like I got my roots in figuring out like how to make creative posts on Instagram and Facebook from promoting concerts and promoting music videos. And because I felt that was the only way to get out there at all, especially when it's not necessarily a door-to-door business where I can't, as an artist, I can't go out and like sell my services to the business owner down the block or my buddy. There's nothing for them to really buy. It's really for them to press play, which I guess if you thought about it, organic marketing and door-to-door, approach to outreach is like really important for a musician. It would work. But I say that to say that the music industry is sort of like the way that I got to see what was moving ahead in the content space. And then I was able to take that and like do it better.
I'm literally the world's most hated hypnotist because I just created a way so that you never have to spend $1,000 again on coaches, courses, or more self-help books. In fact, I just created my very own Hypnosis app where you can literally have me in your back pocket to help you lose weight faster, make more money, and make your success inevitable. I've combined ancient wisdom and modern day neuroscience to create this app where you can literally reprogram your own subconscious mind for success. To get started today, click the link below and grab your free 7-day trial. I'll see you on the inside. You know what's interesting? Speaking of like music and content, I thought about this recently, is like every video is kind of like a song, right? And people don't look at themselves. They should look at themselves almost like a musician, like a singer, like all the way from like your tone of voice to the cadence of the video to the framework, like a song has a intro, a chorus, first verse, second verse, bridge, right? Like you need to have those elements in your videos, and there's got to be a melody to it. There's got to be a beat. There's got to be something that keeps someone watching. That's why these are the top 3 things you need to do to blank work so well, because it's already implying a cadence, a framework that someone's going to want to pay attention to and stay to the end. Your job is not just to get their attention with the hook, but it's to keep it. And you do that by enticing them to keep watching.
And it's literally the same word, hook, right?
Hook.
A hook in a song and a hook in a video.
Yep.
Because you're basically telling them what they're about to get and then you're giving it to them. Yeah. And it has to have a payoff too. Yeah. Like same thing, you're recording, right? Yeah, like same thing for like thumbnails. Like you have to like tell them what they're about to get with literally like a graphic rectangle. Yeah. So I think that's super interesting. And that's what the writing part is all about. The best content creators and the best artists really put time and effort into what they're going to say. So when people come in here and they say like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm just going to like, you know, kick it. And I'm just going to like freestyle my content. You know, that's fine because like we know how to salvage material. But the truth is it's really difficult to speak to camera without having pre-planned your statement. It's really difficult. That's why people sort of use the podcast platform as a crutch. And I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with it, but people are definitely more willing to come in and freestyle content when they sit down with a friend who's basically making them feel more comfortable and someone to bounce ideas off of rather than putting in the work that it takes to write their hook and their statement and how to really deliver value in a video.
Well, dude, that's what I like. The biggest thing I've gotten from you so far from working with you over the past, 6 months or so now, is when I first came in here, I had millions of followers, right?
Yep.
But I couldn't just go off the top of the dome speaking straight at the camera. And you kind of taught me how to write, how to plan in a way that I could take that and not necessarily just have to read from something, but be prepared to speak off the dome.
Right. Like being able to write helps us to be able to freestyle in the moment. Like especially like with speeches on stage. Like I want to be able to freestyle the speech on stage. And the only way you can do that is by writing the whole thing, and then you can divert and then bounce right back to it and add bits. And then that's how you listen, like stand-up comics get on stage and they have written and rehearsed that hour for sometimes a year.
I've always admired that about comedians, man. I was watching a comedian the other night, I forget his name, but they don't miss. They get on for an hour and a half and they do not miss. They don't mess up. Like their Netflix specials are, and I know some of it's probably edited and there's some things taken out, but it's amazing. I've seen, I mean, even if you go see him in person, it's like, it's insane. I just saw Ari Spears. You know Ari Spears?
Yeah.
Ari Spears.
Isn't he from, he was from like Mad TV.
Yeah. He did all the impressions and stuff, so.
Oh, yo, he was mad good at impressions.
Yep.
He used to do.
Jay-Z.
Wow. Did he do some of those?
He did Jay-Z. He did Tony. He's phenomenal at Tony Soprano. It's insane.
Wow. Those are like his greatest hits then. So he's definitely never going to stop playing those. No. But that's the thing. They write it, they rehearse it, they practice it. And then if a crowd member says something and then they want to bounce off that and do some crowd work for a sec, they can slip right back into their hour that they wrote.
Yeah. What do you think about people? You know, the question I get all the time is, Anthony, I'm afraid I'm going to be too repetitive. So how do I come up with new ideas? What would you say about the repetitive nature of content and how unique or novel does every video have to be?
I think you have to just live it though. You have to be living it. Like if you're having a problem coming up with creative ideas related to your niche, then you're not living it. It's as simple as that. Period. But you know, if we want to actually get to the root of it, like I have another problem. The amount of people that are telling me that they're using ChatGPT to come up with scripts and content, it's ridiculous.
Are you anti-ChatGPT?
I'm not anti-ChatGPT. Like if you need help with like putting the pieces together for like a form or like putting together like a lesson plan or like a document, you know, and you need some help structurally with your phrasing, grammar or whatever, that's fine. Use it.
Yeah.
But like to be like basing your entire thought process, like your creative engine is like first response is ChatGPT. Like, okay, cool. Like I have an idea. I have one line of an idea. Next thing I want to do is ChatGPT. You're fucking bugging.
Yeah. So let me ask you something though, because I'm pro AI. I'm like,
me too. I use it every day. I use AI way more than the people who are talking to me about AI.
Yeah. But the way I look at ChatGPT, like how you're referencing it, is like if I asked you right now, if I said, what's 18 times 47 times 100, and what would you do?
Bro, of course I don't know that math.
No, but what would you do?
I would Google it. I would calculator.
Get a calculator.
Yeah.
Right?
I would Google it.
you could Google it. But ChatGPT is a calculator for information. That's how I look at it.
Well, it's great to get information from, but to lean on that for every single script you write is out of control. It's stupid.
So this is how I do it.
Yeah,
so I've taken literally hundreds of my videos, hundreds of my hypnosis scripts, hundreds of my scripts for webinars and VSLs, and I've made an AI version of myself, right? And so now when I ask it for ideas, it's in my voice already. It's based on my previous content. So it's not just like the generic, like unlock abundance, you know, that ChatGPT will pump out. It's how I say it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's debate it. The only reason you can do that is because you have made thousands of videos writing them on your own.
Correct.
So you're never going to get to Serino level without writing 1,000 videos on your own and then being able to even have a voice at all to inform ChatGPT of.
Yeah. Of course.
If you lean on ChatGPT, I can't even say it. If you lean on ChatGPT to write all your shit, you have no voice. Let's get real.
Edit. That's the edit right there.
But for real.
Yeah.
No, but it's fucking great because like, I'm like, wait a sec. Like, we're not even, listen, I'm a fucking creative at heart, dude. I live this shit. Yeah. I sit down with people and I sit down with myself. Yeah. And if you don't give yourself the creative space to say something cringe or say something stupid, you'll never get to the hot shit. Yeah. Like, you have to do and write and produce until you get the hot shit. And having the courage and the confidence enough to get that to that point and to withstand the maybe slight embarrassment or the frustration of a creative block to get to the point where it's hot, that's the only way you ever get anything hot. Yeah. Like, bro, I will come in this room and I will sit down. I'll sit on this set. Hey, I got to design the set for somebody. Someone's coming in, they want to do something unique. I don't just like have the idea. I will literally allow myself the time because I've put in the creative hours to come here and sit. I'll just sit, look around, feel it. And then I know that literally within 15 minutes, I will have something in my brain. Yeah. Like that's just because I really do this, but like, you know, no one puts enough value on their own creative ideas or they put so much value on their creative ideas and no action.
Well, here's the thing. If it's not your own authentic creative idea, you're not going to come across as authentic presenting it, right? Mm-hmm. And someone is going to be more attracted to someone who's authentically on camera, giving you themselves in their rawest form, even if you mess up, than someone who's like highly refined reading a script that they didn't write. This is why a lot of salesmen fail, right? It's because they think it's all about the framework. It's all about the script. But then when they read it off like a robot on the phone or at the door, they don't convert well because they've lacked the authenticity. Anytime
a telemarketer calls me, I'm hanging up because of their tone and their, right? Like, but if that person acted like they knew me.
You want to hear a little mental hack for shutting up a telemarketer? Next time a telemarketer calls you, you just say in plain English, I do not speak English. Wait until you hear the responses. They either hang up on you instantly, they say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then like change their language, like change the way they're talking to you, or 3, they're like, "You just spoke English." But usually it's one of the first 2. They just hang up or they'll say sorry and then try to explain, whatever. If you love that video and you want to see more content on how to upgrade your mindset, make sure you hit that subscribe button and watch the next video.